What a great afternoon up at Libertine. I'm here with Andrew Paturo, the owner of Libertine, owner of multiple restaurants in Brisbane. Andrew, what have you discovered post-COVID about the relationship with your clients and community? Cracking afternoon, a real atmosphere here this afternoon. What have you discovered for the hospitality industry post-COVID?
Well, firstly, this is a winter day, can you believe it? And so being open post-COVID for us, Mick, it's been wonderful to see the renewed enthusiasm that people have to come back to, Libertine. We've been operating now for 15 years and 10 of those in Brisbane. And to see that people have actually missed us over the COVID period and they're coming back and having a great experience, which they always have, and a consistent experience. It's really wonderful to see people getting out, being social again and interacting. And it's wonderful that we can be the host for that experience, which, over COVID, it was a bit sad to not have a restaurant full of people. So it's wonderful to see people in here again.
What I love about the restaurants that you run, Walters, Libertine, the Gresham, you set a standard. So for a lot of people, they didn't understand what Asian fusion was until Libertine opened. So tell me a little bit about how you as a restaurateur build that sort of understanding of the culture and the business that you want.
Well, I think the important thing is when you come to anything with a concept, that you stay true to that concept. There's always going to be people who don't actually get it at first, potentially. That's always the way when you're starting something off. So to actually see people now understanding French Vietnamese and Asian fusion restaurant, when we started Libertine in Brisbane 10 years ago, there wasn't much in the way of Asian fusion, and it certainly wasn't any shared dining, so people had a hard time kind of understanding what we were doing. Now, if you walk down the street in the CBD, and you tripped over, you'd probably fall into a shared dining Asian fusion restaurant. So, we were one of the first to provide that type of dining. But also post-COVID, it gave us a chance to stop and look back and go back to what we were as a core business, and what our concept was purely at the beginning, and go back to that again.
And as you can see over our shoulder here, we're here with a group of entrepreneurs and talking about what's important as well. And I loved what you shared in our round table piece, that the moment you try to be everything to everybody, you end up being nothing to anybody. So the fact that you've been able to find what your true calling is in this restaurant, and anyone who's been to Walters as well, that's a unique experience, or down to the Gresham, it's a unique experience. And I love that wherever you create unique, award-winning experiences. And I also love the fact that you attribute a lot of that to your staff as well.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter about the concept so much if you don't have, great customer service and a great relationship with your customers, but also now your relationship with your staff. Across our groups now, we've got over 100 staff. We just recently had a dinner for all of them in the various restaurants to welcome them back after COVID. And it was just wonderful to see the excitement. They were all happy to get back into it. We were really excited to see the enthusiasm that they came back to the venues with. And it just makes you realise that, the staff and your employees and your management team are just as important as the people who walk through the door.
Yeah, once again, I loved your piece as well earlier. You spoke about the idea that, Mick, for so long, restaurants invested so much in ovens and all of that. And when it came to staff training, no, I'm going to cut corners there. And I love the fact that you've said, this is the one place I'm never going to cut corners around, is training my staff.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're the biggest asset you have. And without them, you really don't have a business, I certainly believe that you should put as much attention into staff training and development as you do into the chandeliers or the concept or the courtyard or the crockery, for that matter. It's a really important element, and it's becoming more and more important as we go into what is a very a competitive industry, but also customer service. I think drives at the heart of any industry, and I think if your staff don't reflect your values in customer service, then you're going to have problems. But it's how you manage them and how you create that customer service desire for a great experience within your customers. And as you said to me, Mick, too, we talked about, it's not about what you do for people anymore, it's how you make them feel.
And critical piece. So just to close, I'm going to get you to run us quickly through each of your concepts at the moment, including the new concept that's about to open, when they're open, and how people best experience them. So let's start with Libertine.
Well, Libertine is a French-Vietnamese fusion restaurant. It's built around a shared experience, which is very traditionally Vietnamese style of dining. Getting around the table, family and friends having a great time. Once a wonderful conversation going on. Popolo, very similar, and we've done that with an Italian theme, which is fantastic. Popolo down at South Bank, right on the river. It's fantastic for these lazy Saturday, Sunday Brisbane afternoons. Walters, of course, is our latest restaurant down in the old, next to the Botanical Gardens. New York-style steakhouse, which seems to be resonating really well with people. I think everyone's enjoying the wonderful steaks that we have on offer there, and as well as other dishes as well. And of course, Gresham, which is a 2-time Bar of the Year award-winning venue that we have in a beautiful old heritage-listed building in the city on Queen Street, and making amazing cocktails. And it's just as a result of COVID gone into more of a table service style rather than a stand-up bar style. So COVID has had an influence on the Gresham and how we're doing things there, but I think we're going to do them, and people are going to really, really enjoy what's on offer down there. In the meantime, we've got a new restaurant opening called at Eagle Street Pier called Naga, which will be offering really wonderful street Thai-style food. Once again, in a shared environment, but with wonderful views of the river, and I think people are really going to be excited about this new venue.
So just so you're clear, Andrew and I went to school together over 30 years ago now. So like a lot of the entrepreneurs that we have here today, they're Brisbane-based, they're bringing best-in-class experiences to Brisbane, and really encourage you to get in and support people that are doing great things for our city and making it a better place to be and live. Thanks, mate.